So I wanted to take a second to answer a couple of questions. The first one is, who is this channel for? The reality is that I want to infect as many people with the entrepreneurship bug as possible. I think there's a lot of freedom and lessons to be learned in entrepreneurship. I think there's a lot of growth in learning about yourself and about others as well. And who doesn't want to do something that they love and make a little bit of money doing it? And ultimately achieve that financial freedom that I feel like a lot of people are chasing. And so whether you're experienced in business or brand new or haven't even started, we want you here. I hope you can get something from it. This channel is not to compete with the Alex Hormozis of the world or the Grant Cardones or all of these other major successful people. And that's what leads me to my second question. Who am I? Well, my name's Todd. I have a degree in accounting. I've worked at a tax firm. I've worked as a finance manager for a charter school. I have some experience in finance and accounting. I've also lost probably about $100,000 trying different entrepreneurship projects. And I'll bring those up in these different episodes about what I saw, what I thought the opportunity was, ultimately the risk that I bought, and why I lost all my money. But call that my degree in how to not do entrepreneurship, but I've also learned a lot along the way, and I want to share those things. I'm an avid reader. I've read hundreds of books on business and different things, and I'm trying to find a way to apply those in a way that I can share it with others. And so this is kind of my unique style to that, but I want to share what I'm learning. I want to share what I'm growing, and then I also want to be a guinea pig for followers. I want to try ideas that maybe you have. I want to go out and try couch flipping and see, hey, can you actually make money doing this? We'll talk about real estate. We'll talk about the lemonade stand and why that's kind of that unique starter business platform that everybody can understand, but that everybody could begin to work on in their own unique way. Sure, it may not be a lemonade stand on the corner, but it might be whatever your unique skill is in your local community. And I think that's valuable as well. The third question is, why the casino games? About 2 years ago, I went on a cruise and we just wanted to try out the casino, try something new, and we found a roulette table. I said, that looks kind of fun. Let's give it a shot. And so the first night we sat down, we had no idea what we were doing, and we actually made a little bit of money, which was also fun, right? And then we went back and we were reading some web pages and trying to understand the game more and learn it. I even downloaded an app on my phone and was like practicing. And the second night we went back, did about half. We made a little bit of money, but not near as much. It's like, okay, we're still not understanding something. So we went back to the apps and the web pages and we were trying to figure it out. All this while we're trying to have fun on the cruise too. And then the third night we went back, we ended up losing. And so it felt weird that there was this curve of the more we learned, the worse we did. Call it beginner's luck. And then that really kind of bit me. And so I got home and I said, okay, I'm going to figure this game out. So I watched a bunch of YouTube channels. I read a bunch of different blogs and websites. I've bought even books to try and understand the game. And every time I feel like I understand it better, the worse I do. And I've gone down to Vegas a number of times and lost my entire bankroll I was trying to do it with. And every time I've come away from the table, I've thought to myself, statistically, that shouldn't have happened. I should have made money. What I was doing was correct. I did everything correct. But the way that the numbers showed up on the table, it just blew my mind. And that's when I started to really realize that with random games and casino games specifically, there is no foolproof strategy. These games make casinos profitable for a reason. And they have things like house edges and stuff like that we'll talk about. But I think that there's a really interesting parallel between the risks that you take on a casino game and the risks that you would take in the business world. And so most people that say, ooh, casino gambling, someone who's smart with money wouldn't touch stuff like that. For me, I just kind of wanted to lean forward into it and say, you know what? There's a lesson to be learned. You have to be careful with your money, and nobody will steal your money faster than a casino. And so that's why I want to use the casino games, and especially this roulette table that I have in front of me. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about risk and reward and what different things mean. And I think it's a really good way to visually see some of those things in action. The fourth question I wanted to cover is what to expect. I want to teach entrepreneurship, not because I'm an expert, not because I know what I'm doing, and not because I've made millions of dollars, but because it's this field that I'm passionate about. And I've learned a lot, and I'm trying to find ways to better apply it in my own life. And I'd love to share that journey along the way and potentially help any of you who may be interested in following. I think it'll be exciting. We're going to experiment with different things. I'm going to risk my own money trying a couple different ventures. If you have any ideas of things that you want to see me try, I'd be happy to give them a shot, and I'll document and record and do as much as I can. If you want to ask questions, I'm happy to answer them. Although I have a degree in accounting, I am not a CPA. I am not a financial advisor, and so this is not a channel where I'm going to fix your finances. But the idea is that I want to walk into all the branches and spider webs for you, so that you can maybe make educated decisions on your own about how you want to spend your money and opportunities that you may have to take on risk and hopefully gain a reward. And so if you're here, we love having you. I hope you stay along for the ride. Please feel free to engage in any way that is meaningful for you, and I hope you enjoy.